All right. We are live again. We're back. We're getting the ball rolling. We're here with a special guest, John, not the machine gun, the machine Gunther. And, you know, as always, I've got my co-pilot here, Mike, the albino gazelle Bauman. Whatever happened to the albino gazelle? I think we just dropped it. We didn't start. We stopped.
We said it a couple times. It was a little bit catchy.
Yeah, the albino gazelle.
Yeah.
Well, because he's like, if you look at him, he's like Neil Magny, but
I run a lot too. I'm a really good runner, so.
Really?
yeah, no.
My goal in life is to chase a gazelle or a deer down and just wear it down until I catch it.
Just fucking chase after it.
I feel like I could,
that's
for sure.
That's an actual strategy that was used.
I know I can. I catch llamas that way.
It's called persistent hunting.
That's what I'm doing.
Is that what leopard or jaguar? What is it? What hunts a gazelle? A cheetah. Is that what cheetahs do?
They catch it. But like back in the day when people hunted with like sticks and stuff like that, like they would have to like just chase it down and yeah.
Is this like an actual fact?
Oh yeah, it is. There's a book. There's a book
fact check your
Born
ass.
to Run. Humans developed their skill to run by using persistent hunting.
Has anyone done it? Like.
Oh yeah.
Out
of all the creatures,
got a video
I want to see some shit on YouTube with some fucking footage.
I want to do that. I know it's possible.
Mike, talking to Mike, pull it in. There we go.
So this is a fact.
I want to hear all of the fucking knowledge.
Besides horses and some dogs, like wild dogs, in like a 30-mile race, like a marathon, only like humans are the best runners because dogs don't sweat and a lot of animals don't sweat, and that's how we like cool our bodies down.
Yeah.
Like a lot of other creatures don't have like the option of cooling themselves down. So like
I know I've chased rabbits down before and they burn out real fast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a fact. Like
and like a deer or something, they got a lot more muscle to feed. Like they're gonna wear down. They got 4 legs.
It's gonna have to be like a long distance. It's not like a 100-meter dash.
I used to run like 20 miles. I used to run 18 miles all the time. So I know I need to get back in shape and like run more, but I'm gonna do it.
This is a challenge right here.
We're going off in a tangent, but I want to zone it. What do you mean you used to run like 20 miles, like daily? Not daily.
Yeah, well, like a couple times a week, I would run 18 miles. Oh my god! I used to run everywhere and ride my bike like to work and stuff.
That's insane. Now here's the question. Here's the real question. Now, if we're gonna go ahead and take down a gazelle, if we're gonna would the technique be the same as taking down a llama? Because the body structure is a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Like long neck, short neck. Skinnier. I feel like they're skinnier. Maybe easier to take down.
I feel like so with llamas, like sometimes we'll show up and there's just like acres and they're just running out.
The thing about a llama,
they're like, hey, go shear my llama.
Figure it out.
The thing about a llama though is kind of got like a geek, so you can get some like you can grab onto it. I don't think
sometimes you grab them, they'll stop and like you flip over.
I don't think the gazelle's like the no-gi creature.
Right.
Like, so like you might chase it down, but you got to use like a little bit different technique to bring it down.
Barambilla.
Yeah.
Grab a leg. No, but yeah, like once you wear those things down, they don't even want to fight. Once you chase them long enough, eventually they just quit.
Crazy.
They'll just stop.
That's crazy.
And then you grab them, and then taking them down is easy.
I feel like I've got like the body type to run, but I am the most miserable runner of all. I'm skinny. I'm fucking basically Ethiopian, but lighter skin color, right? But just fucking miserable when it comes around. I cannot do it. I don't know. Maybe it's like a Mexican thing. We don't like to run.
I didn't want to bring that up, man.
We're good at what are the stereotypes? Mowing lawn, climbing. Yeah. Fuck. All right. So let's kind of. Oh shit! There goes Goku. Give me this guy. He's
defeat Goku.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Most powerful being on the planet. Let's kind of backtrack a little bit. We know the whole alpaca thing, but let's kind of talk about where you came from, who, like, first of all, where were you born and raised? Like, are you, like, from Ohio? Are you from, like, Cleveland specifically? Did you come from a different location?
I was born in Pennsylvania, and then I grew up, like, in Amish country. Our neighbors were Amish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we just, and my mom was, like, real, so she wouldn't let us have a TV or whatever. So we kind of just grew up going over, hanging out with our neighbors. They had a couple 100 acres. We'd drive the horses around, like.
That's pretty cool.
Thresh wheat, Shaka de Wetzefeld, like Pennsylvania Dutch. Like when I was a kid, they had like a push mower. You'd push it, and like we were just little kids, and it takes a bit of effort to push this thing through the grass. So,
you mean the
manual,
the self-propelled manual?
Yeah. So we'd like they'd like tie two of us to the front, and one of them would push.
There's all these guys like Matt Hughes, and they got like the country strength. That's how you develop, because when you're like, you got to be doing stuff when you're little. You get this strength that.
Yeah, I did not do any of that. Manual labor. I'm the most pathetic Mexican ever. Zero manual labor experience. It's fucking terrible. My ancestors hate my fucking guts.
But nobody's talking about your strength, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
You're not really a grinder.
So grew up in Pennsylvania. When did you guys move to? Where is it? Mansfield.
So I actually in Holmes County, but then I would train in Mansfield.
Gotcha. When did you make the move? Was it like the whole family just packed up or tired of Amish country and they decided to go to that area, or how did it work?
No, like we were in Ashland when I was a kid. I kind of grew up there, and then we moved to Holmes County, which is like which is Amish country too. So yeah, so pretty much just spent my whole life. Just Amish country, out in the country. Yeah.
That's cool though. Okay. So martial arts. So you said, I talked to you a little bit earlier that we kind of shot the shit a little bit. No wrestling experience, but you said you did judo. How'd that work? Like, did you do it for a while or?
Well, it was like when I was a kid, I would go. There was this old Vietnam vet we would go over and we'd train judo with, but he was always getting like drunk and getting thrown in prison, and then like he'd get out and I'd go train for a little while, or I'd get in trouble and they'd be like, no more judo for you. So it was real off and on, but
that was my question. I thought you could be a wrestler, but I didn't think your starting point was drunk judo Vietnam vet.
So it wasn't even at a gym. You just fucking trained with some guy that knew judo.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, like, if you really look back at, like, other martial art, like, MMA fighters, I started wrestling when I was 5, or fucking met Hickson Gracie and it changed my life, started doing some fucking shit like that. Nah, son, I fucking, my neighbor had a gi and he fucking said he was good at judo. Not even sure. Do you still talk to the guy? You know the guy?
I think he's dead now, but his one student, is John Saylor. He actually was a coach at the Olympic Training Center, and when I moved to Holmes County, I started training with him a little bit.
Oh, wait. So this guy's student was a trainer at the Olympic Training Center?
Right. Yeah.
What the fuck?
He was in the Olympics for judo.
Dude,
and he was really good.
That's crazy.
But yeah, this old guy I started with, like, his knees were all blown out, so like. He was showing his judo, but he couldn't show throws because, which is pretty much all judo.
It was all like in theory. Well, you should be doing.
We actually worked like a lot of ground stuff because we couldn't do throws. So I thought it was really good when I was a kid because I would just kind of like tackle the guys down to the ground whatever way, and then I would sub them or like hold them down for 30 seconds. So I just had a weird strategy, which no one was used to. So I did well.
Age-wise, when was this?
Was really not good. I started when I was like 7 or something, yeah.
And then for like a year, 3 years, 20
But
years.
it was just real off and on, and then like totally stopped, and then I think he went to prison for a couple of years, and then I ended up training with Sailor a little bit, but I just wasn't real serious. Like, it was just kind of something fun to do.
Gotcha.
But
did you play any sports or anything of the sort in like a high school, any middle school stuff like football, anything of the sort at all? Or?
No, I really wanted to, but I was homeschooled, and so.
You were homeschooled.
Yeah, I kind of resented my mom. I was like, can I go to school so I can play like football or something?
Not for the education, not for the. I just want to play football.
Yeah, I hated school. So.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's interesting, man. That's super interesting. So how exactly did you get involved, or what made you want to do MMA or train jiu-jitsu? Where did you start first? Did you start training jiu-jitsu, or did you start training mixed martial arts. How did that come about?
So I trained a little bit with John Seller, who was the coach at the Olympic Training Center,
Mm-hmm.
and it was called Shingitai Jiu-Jitsu. Everyone had like their own little brand of jiu-jitsu, and it was pretty much judo and some ground stuff, and I liked that. That was interesting. But one of his students actually was like he was against like fighting or whatever, but one of his students, JB Pocock, was fighting, and I ran into him. I actually quit school in 8th grade. I was like, forget this. I hate this stuff. I'm just going to work. So I just would like ride my bike to work, and I just started working. And then I decided I'm going to go back later on. So
You started at the college. You trained there for a little bit. You got your taste. You're like, I fucking love this. This is the big gym now that you're at.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
So I was training with Cody. We went down to Thailand together. He won a scholarship down there at Tiger Muay Thai. So
he tried out for that?
Yeah. I went down with him, and he tried out. He won the scholarship, and so they'd like provide lodging and food and everything. And it was
was it a situation where you're like, all right, I got the contract, but in order to get me, you got to have John here. Was that the way it worked, or?
No, but they gave me like a discount or whatever. Like I was like, I just like did the whole like tryouts and whatever with them, but it was for pro fighters, so I was amateur at the time, so I didn't, couldn't jump in on that. But it was crazy. Like he was burning up. He had a fever and everything, and they were making us run. It's this hill. There's a giant Buddha at the top, and it's called Big Buddha, and it's like super steep. And he had to go out and swim. They were like, he was cramping up and whatever. So like I was like out there with him because he kept cramping and stuff. I was like, dang, he's gonna cramp. He's gonna go under. But it was a little scary. And he was burning up. Like he had a fever. He had like some sort of like something from the mosquitoes. He was dying.
That's crazy.
But they were just putting us through the ringer. And he didn't quit. Like he was dying.
That's nuts.
But yeah, then we ran that hill, and he ended up winning the thing. He didn't. When they went to announce like who the winners were, he was like he didn't even want to go to the announcement because he was like dying, like just sweating in a fever. And they said, "Hey, you might come over." Like
you might want to show up.
Yeah.
May have a problem.
So how were they judging this then?
Just basically like they put guys through like a ringer, and this one.
They had some sparring. Or anything
yeah,
like that?
They had them spar. They had the Thai guys go just like wail on them. It was brutal. Like if you go to Tiger Muay Thai, you can like watch. They have made a video series of it. Like
yes, I think Stuart Cooper produced that.
Stuart Cooper, yeah. Which he's really cool. I got to train with him too.
Oh, you got to train with him?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's like a legend in the jiu-jitsu community because he's like made the best highlight videos.
Yeah, he's
ever.
amazing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, we came back from Thailand, and we were super excited because our gym was like, "Hey, we're moving to a new place," and then I guess whatever the building that they were moving into, the guy said he was like against MMA. It was weird. So like. He wouldn't let us put the cage in there, and then we try to like grapple for a while, and then they're like, forget it, we're just doing CrossFit. So so our gym just disappeared, and we're like, oh, where do we go? And
ended up getting over to strong style from there.
Yeah, Cody started going up there, and I went up there. It was either I'm going to go to strong style or I'm going to go to Ronin in Columbus because my other teammate Josh Longgood was going to Ronin, or he moved to Columbus. And I went up to strong style, and they were like having sparring, and the one guy I was just watching, and the one guy, his leg got hurt or whatever, and Marcus was like, kick him again. Like it was like brutal. It was like Sparta or something. Like the way they treat sparring, like it's a fight, so you can't like quit even if you're hurt. Like normally, like if you're hurt, they're like, oh, he's hurt.
Time out.
Yeah, time out. No, it's like it's building like that mentality. Like, hey,
that's crazy.
It's a fight. So like
that's a kind of like I don't know if you guys.
It was doggy dog. It was like Sparta or something. It's like kick him again. Like aim for that leg. It was brutal.
Is it still like that now?
Yeah, so I'm like,
Do you like that, or do you?
like, oh, that's kind of an interesting mentality. Yeah, I love that.
So
I'm
you
like,
do, okay. I mean, there's two camps. Some people like to go softer. Some people like to have that
sparring.
speed of an actual fight.
I mean, we have like soft technical days and stuff, but when it's sparring day, like,
wow.
Yeah, it's like kill or be killed.
So how many days, like as far as like the hard sparring is it like once a week, or do you do it like twice a week? How many times are you guys getting in there as far as like hard sparring days like this?
Usually, like Mondays, we'll do just boxing on like Thursdays, but usually like the hard MMA sparring is just Mondays.
Gotcha. Dang. That's pretty crazy, man. Like, that's intense. Like, there's, like, legendary stories from, like, the Shootbox gym. I don't know if you guys know Shootbox. Back where Vanderlei Anderson came from. And they always talk about their sparring. They did that, essentially. They had fights. You know, they would train, but then there was fighting day, essentially. And a lot of other gyms these days, you know, not so much into that. But clearly, Shootbox had a proven record. They put out Vanderlei. They put out Shogun. They put out Ninja. So, I mean, like, there's got to be a lot of big benefits as far as that. Because you go in a fight,
there's
you're used to it.
That, just that mentality of, like, your mental, like, how you approach a fight is so important. So I think training that is important as well.
Gotcha. That's intense. Yeah. So you got over there. You're at Strong Style now. At this point, are you fighting professionally?
No, I was still amateur. I had a couple amateur fights, and then I had one amateur fight, and then I went pro after that. Okay.
All right. And a lot of people will think okay, Strong Style. This guy trains with Stipe all the time. I mean, but you guys are other end of the spectrum as far as the weight classes go. He's heavyweight, weighing 50, 260, and you're down at 155. Like, how much? I'd assume you don't get too much time with him just because of the size difference. Who are your main training partners? Are you still training with Cody?
Mark just mainly matches up like similar sizes. I mean, I sparred some with Lexi, but not much bigger than that.
Gotcha. Okay. And now with here's the thing. So you watch the show. I mean, a lot of people watch the Ultimate Fighter. You get in there, you have your first fight, you get choked, whatever. Dude, people don't understand. This guy's jiu-jitsu is legit. So I was actually doing a commentary, and I did some film for this tournament called Submania. You went up against brown belts, purple belts, black belts, whatever, and you were fucking killing it, dude. You did great out there. Like, it's very underestimated. Here's the catch, though. You're only a blue belt. A blue belt. What the heck, dude? Like, first off, who's the coach you got to talk to get you promoted? Number one. Number two, put on a fucking gi. Like, what's up with that, man? Like, your style is, like, so unique as far as jiu-jitsu goes. It's not, like, it's catch style. Like, talk to us about, like, your jiu-jitsu training. How's that?
I mean, I started off doing, like, it was called Shingatai Jiu-Jitsu, so it was, like, judo catch type of stuff. But now, I don't know, it's evolved. I like, a lot of my moves that I use are like stuff I watched on YouTube and stuff, you know. What? So I'll see something cool I like, and then I feel like if you have like a little different set of moves, you're gonna have more success because guys train their whole lives to defend, you know, popular moves. So if you train your whole life to attack a weird move, it's going to be more successable.
It's funny you say that because now that I'm thinking about it, one of the guys that I trained with a lot, Evan, he's a brown belt. You went overtime with him at Submania. I don't know if you remember that match or not.
Yeah.
But you mounted him, and you did this weird grapevine ankle lock thing.
Oh, this Russian guy showed me that.
Never seen that before. And, dude, the pain that you would see, he didn't tap, but the pain that he saw on Evan's face, and, like, me, you know, from the sideline, I was like, ooh, just the entire time. Like, that's a YouTube move that you learned, or?
No, that one actually, there's this Russian guy at our gym, Vadim, he actually showed it to me.
How fucking Russian is that?
That's a great name.
Yeah. It's amazing. He didn't say what it's called. I just call it like, what do you call it, like when they cast Satan out of people?
Exorcism?
I call it the exorcism.
Dude, yeah, right?
It looks like they're like,
they fucking throw their chest out.
Can you imagine hitting that in an MMA fight? Like, just
what?
like.
That would be incredible. I mean, that would. So
be
the technique, he gets them out, wraps his legs around, hooks the ankles, and then you would get on your hands and basically backwards bear crawl and do a double ankle lock. Okay. It's ridiculous. Like
I hit it today.
Did you really? So speaking
I was like, what is that?
This guy's a nomad, fucking fantastic, right? So we all know it's a thing that has been out there. You're living out of your van. Talk about the benefits as far as that goes, because I hit you up. I was like, hey, man, do you want to come down to the show? Responded like that. Said, yeah, sure. I train during the week over here at Strong Style. I think you said Saturday, Sunday are my free days. So I'll go ahead and make it happen. Lives in Cleveland. I'm down here in Cincinnati. That's 4 hours away, guys. This guy's like, okay, let's just go do it as if it's nothing. Talk about the benefits of like having your van and being able to just do that. Go and stay wherever you want and do whatever you want, essentially.
Yeah, it's nice if your house moves. Like, you just cruise down, sleep in the Walmart parking lot, and it makes things really convenient to just travel wherever. Although it's a little scary now because like during the shearing season, some of the guys, they took some spray paint and like destroyed my van and put like black spray paint all over it and stuff.
Friends or just random?
Yeah, friends. Oh, not really good friends. Terrible.
Terrible.
They always do horrible things to me though. They put like those little snap things you throw at the ground and they blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gunpowder. Well, they put some of those in like a paintball gun and then they shot them at me. But they thought it'd be cool, like, because they pop or whatever, but they didn't think there's, like, all those little rocks in there, so it's like getting hit by the shotgun.
Dude, who are these
But yeah,
friends?
they're horrible. Anyway, they painted all over my van.
More dangerous than shooting paintballs at somebody.
Right. Shoot a paintball.
No, I was bleeding everywhere. It was like kicking rocks out of my arm. It was terrible.
Explosive rounds.
So what's the setup look like in the van? Like, talk us through it. We're doing like MTV Cribs. You fucking open up the van. Like, talk us through like the setup that we've got in the van.
So the summer setup is pretty nice because when you're I got like a hammock. I got strung from the front door. I tie it up to the roof rack, string it over to the back door, and it's nice actually when like for work we're driving all the time. That's why like driving 3 hours is like nothing for me because I'm like 10 hours all the time, you know. But it's nice when you're driving, like someone can be back there sleeping and it just kind of sways as you're going down the road.
It's like comfortable, rocking. Rocking for children.
And it doesn't take up any space, you know. You can have the seats in or whatever and just throw that across. I got like an extra battery and I got an inverter so I can run like I can cook whatever.
An inverter, like an inversion table, or
like an inverter, like power.
Oh, gotcha. See, this is where the whole no manual labor experience comes in. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like,
so so I got that. I can cook. I got like a cooler in there. Just throw some ice in there every so often, and you have a fridge basically, and you cook food. You got power. I mean, you're going to gym, so you always got a shower, but I actually have like a little. I have a thing I can plug in and throw it in a 5-gallon bucket of water. It heats it up.
What?
And I got like a little battery powered shower and like a little pop up shower thing.
What?
Yeah, because I'd have to take showers after I shore alpacas so I can go train at the end of the day. Yeah. So I had to figure out like a system.
The alpaca life and the MMA life has a lot of synergy. The grappling, the showering. I mean,
right. A lot of like. We had to kind of figure out like how do we take down and shoot these alpacas because nobody did it. So it's kind of like similar to wrestling.
I think anybody that does MMA would love to have a pop-up shower. You know. Or,
so that's funny. Convenient. Yeah, because like So before you came down here, like I was talking about, like, hey, when's the next time you're gonna come down to George Gurgel School? Because I saw you were down there. It's right by my house. And, we started that conversation, and I suggested going to S&G, which is another jiu-jitsu school in Dayton.
which was awesome. Yeah, by the way, like
a ton of good guys, right?
Yeah, like 12 black belts and brown belts. Like, there's a lot of good guys show up to that thing.
Shout out to SMG, John Stutzman, Sean Gray Snuggles. Great guys, awesome people, fantastic gym. If you're ever in the area, make sure you go train there. Tons of black belts, like I was saying. And then you get fucking MMA superstars like John the Not Machine Gun Gunther show up. But I told him, hey, cruise on over there. And I was expecting to come down smelling like shit because everyone smells like shit after they train. Yeah. And I was going to say, hey, use the guest shower because that's what it's for. Comes out looking, he's got his fucking mullet all looking pretty. I'm like, dude, how'd you I was thinking, like, where the fuck did you shower? Because I've been to fucking SMG a bunch of times. No shower. No shower. Fucking has a shower in his van. There you go. That's funny, dude.
Anyway, but yeah, so they paint up the front. So we wrote on the front of the hood. We're like, hey, sign our hood or whatever. We were having like farm sign it or whatever because it was black and it looked cool. And then it just kind of been spreading all over the van. People wrote like sign other places, and people were like writing like Trump on there, and then like people were Xing it off, and it's just I don't know if this is a good idea, but it's just it's growing.
There's probably things on there
put like
Steelers.
Know. Oh, someone drew like 3 dicks on the door, but then like someone else like turned them into birds. So I don't know if it's a good or bad.
How do you go from dicks to birds?
But anyway, like I'm sleeping in my van now, and now it's like it really stands out because like all these people have been drawing on it, and so like now I can't like before it was like kind of covert, but now I'm sleeping, I wake up and like people are like talking like, hey, what is this? And like there's probably a camera, don't sign it or whatever, and like then they're like, what? Look, it says Trump on it. It says Trump 2020 or whatever. It's like, cross that shit out and stuff. And then like I'm like, oh man, I better not move or whatever. I don't know if I'm scared of these people or.
Do you hear the scratching on the
Yeah, they're like drawing on there. I'm like, shoot, this maybe wasn't a good idea.
Dude, we need to get you like a case of spray paint so we can black the whole thing out. Start from scratch.
There's got to be a name for the van.
Yeah, I don't know.
No name? Nobody's come up with a name yet?
No name.
Okay.
I'm gonna put something on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good or I feel like it's maybe a bad idea though.
They'll be able to spot them a lot quicker. We don't want that. We want to be covert. So we've got the summer setup. Winter, man. Like I came from California, born and raised in Orange County, and I'm used to that. Winter's not that bad over here. And I always say it's not bad if you go from building to building. But the in-between, bro, you're in the in-between all the time. Like, it's how do we deal with the winter? What's going on with that, man? Like,
that's why I was so happy to get on the Ultimate Fighter. I was like, hey, I get to live in this mansion. I get out of this miserable cold. Because I used to not mind the winter, but I went to Thailand for that 1 year. I skipped out on the winter, and now I'm just a pansy. But
it's also a lot different than the north part of Ohio. Like
it's a lot colder.
Oh, in Cleveland, it's miserable. But I just get like a good sleeping bag and the hammock's out because like that is that cold like if you're up in there it gets so cold. I sleep on the floor.
You would think that like on the floor the
it's
bed
warmer.
I would think it'd be colder just because like the
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know this kind of shit.
I don't know the science behind it, but it's way warmer.
That's interesting.
But just get a good sleeping bag and just your nose sticking out like one of those mummy bags, and it's just hard to motivate yourself. It's nice and warm once you're in there, but getting out in the morning, it's kind of
probably tough,
kind of miserable.
That's crazy, man.
But I feel like adversity, like tough situations, are good for you. Like how do you build muscle? You stress the muscle, you know. Yeah. How do you get better if you're terrible at interacting with people? You have to put yourself in those situations. And that's how you grow. So
that's a good point.
Difficulty is generally good for you. So
that's a really
hoping that it's good for me in some way.
All these people sleeping inside a house is a bunch of pussies. Just
absolutely.
A bunch of pussies everywhere. So we go through, like, we've gone through the timeline, like how you got to Strong Style. You get 6 fights, undefeated, finishes, decisions. What are we looking at as far as your record goes? Was it all? Let's pull it up over here. John Gunther.
Yeah, I think I
1-1-3.
What was
So
it?
KO,
Couple
submission, and
submissions,
Power? Got power in there, dude?
No, there's no power. It's depressing. Like I don't even hurt anybody with my punches. The only way I get TKOs is like I take them down and
Ground
hit them.
down.
Yeah, but there's nothing with the striking. But hopefully someday. I think my coach tells me I hit hard, but I think he just says it to make me feel better.
Stroking your ego a little bit. Now, with these fights, were they all within the Ohio area? Were we staying locally? I know you said you traveled to Thailand. Did you have an opportunity to compete over there, or was it all just around here in this area, in the Ohio Midwest area?
Yeah, all my fight. I was gonna fight Nick Brown in PA, but the first time we were supposed to fight, that he got injured or something. Like I had already cut weight and everything, and then they like canceled it. Like I was like, shoot. I never actually ended up fighting outside of Ohio. Oh, I mean, I did a Muay Thai fight in Thailand. I was still like amateur. I was kind of, it was pretty cool. I had a staph infection though. It was terrible, and the Thai guys they didn't really understand English real well, and it was kind of a crazy experience. Like you just show up, you don't know who you're gonna fight. They just kind of match you up right there,
dude.
And
that's crazy.
They're putting all kinds of like. There's no commission or whatever. They're like taping like pizza boxes into my wrist wraps, and who knows? Like they could have just put like steel or who knows what's in there.
Yeah, nobody's checking that
right.
stuff. No one's checking it.
So what was the pizza box for?
Cushion, bro. Like stiffen it up and whatever.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. They were putting all kinds of stuff, and then they had like 2 cups. They were like steel. Tie on, they go like right between your butt cheeks, like they tie it on and you can't get it off. And they had 2 of those, and like once one guy finished, they take it off and they put that on you and these dirty old clothes. And I was like, no, I have my cup, I'm good. And they're like, no.
No, you have to share it. It's part of the fucking bonding experience.
So like, I always have to pee right before I have to fight. So like, I'm like, oh shoot, they tie that thing on me. I got these giant gloves on, and I got pee, and they rub me all over with it. Have you ever seen that Thai oil?
Yeah.
Like, it burns like crazy when you sweat.
It's a kind of like icy hotish kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it burns like Anyway, I'm like, no, I'm okay. And rub that all over me, and then push me out there. The poster said I was from Russia, so all these Russian guys, they messed up the poster and like put a Russian flag under my name. So all these Russian guys were like screaming stuff. And,
you fight in Thailand. This is like, did you plan it, or was it just like spur of the moment?
No, it's just like, this would be awesome while I'm here, right?
Did they match you up accordingly? At least?
But I had staph too, so like I didn't want to drop out of my fight, but I had like staph in my knee. And they had to cut it open, and there was a giant hole, but they jammed all kinds of gauze in there, and then like you had to pull it out and then jam it back in. So it was healing, but I didn't want to drop out of that fight, and they didn't really understand anyway. They were like, I tried telling them I had staph, and they didn't understand.
There was no athletic commission there stopping this fight.
So like I was fighting and whatever. After the first round, I had to pee so bad, but that thing was tied up. And then the Thai guy in my corner, like he rips the tape off and he starts just pulling all the stuff out of my leg. Yeah, it was crazy.
What color was that?
It was like bloody.
That's intense, man.
Yeah, and then like I was just like, forget this. I just wet my pants right there, like it was on television, whatever. It's just I couldn't get that thing off. So. But then I did. I was doing okay, and then the guy caught me and threw some knees or whatever, and knocked me out. It was terrible. Wow. I never like had done any knees or anything like that. I was still amateur.
That's crazy.
But
was the guy that you fought in Thai? Was he like he was a Thai guy? You said, but did he have fights already, or did they?
I have no idea. But afterwards, these Russian guys like came up, shook my hand, and said something in Russian. So I must have let down the country too bad.
That's fucking.
They still
awesome,
accepted me.
So tough, right? So you have your 6 fights, 6-0, undefeated. You go do the tryouts. You have your teammate over there. You end up going to 155. You get brought on the show. What was the experience like, man? Because like it's people. You know, they think it's like all glamour. You're gonna live in a mansion. You're fighting every week. you're fighting every week, you're cutting weight. You're looking thick right now, so you probably cut a little bit of weight. I don't know how much. I didn't ask him how much he cuts, but you probably cut a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Is that a stress in the body? Like, what is that like, man?
Yeah, I'm so fat right now. But yeah, it was like I stayed a lot leaner when I was in the house, because after I lost my first fight, I'm like, oh no, I need to do everything possible like to try to get in there. I need to make sure I'm on weight so I would cut to 55 every weigh-in, and I would just wait until, everyone weighed in, because I was like, maybe they'll slip or fall, or maybe they're not going to make weight, and I can just jump on there.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty smart strategy. I don't think anyone really approached it that way.
I mean, it was kind of miserable because we would weigh in the morning, and then I would have to train, and I'd be all dehydrated and stuff training, so it was miserable, but
wow.
But it kind of gives you a little confidence, like you're not as afraid of the weight cut anymore, because you like you've done it every week, and like it's like and before I used to be real concerned, okay, let's make sure I rehydrate exactly correctly and get the right stuff into my system, and then I would just drink water, and I'm like, hey, I feel great. So it kind of gives you a little confidence, like, hey, it's not as big a deal as you're making it out to be.
How much would you walk around at, like at the house?
So at the house, I would stay around, like, I was really super light. I was like 70, 78 or something. Or no, I was like right around 70. I was like 68. Okay, so
that's not
normally
drastic. If you're walking around 68, it still sucks. I mean, if you've cut weight, cutting 12 pounds fucking sucks.
Yeah, normally I'll cut from 70 to 55, and it's pretty easy for me. I sweat a lot. But yeah, I was like 68, and I started thinking like, hey, 45 wouldn't be so bad. But
so I mean, watching John like standing next to him, like I'm right now like 160. I could not fucking imagine you going down to 145. You would be enormous. I go down to 45/35 depending on the fucking day, but goddamn, you would be a monster at fucking 45.
Right now I'm so fat right now, it's miserable. I'm like, I get tired. There's all like I just feel like I go for a run, and I'm just like, I hate myself. I don't know how people. I feel so much better when I'm leaner.
So I've heard from the show that any of the fighters, whatever they want to get for food, they can. So what would you particularly like to eat when since it's free and you can order whatever? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, you just write what you want.
And they bring it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult because you don't have a phone, you don't have an internet, so you don't, like, if you don't know the brand or or getting across what you want is not always successful, so like you'd write something and then you end up with like something totally different, and like
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of, and sometimes you get the right thing and you write the same thing but someone else is like bringing it, so like it was a little tricky, and it's not like you can just Google and be like, hey, what's it called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna write down the exact name. So it was a little difficult.
So did anybody have any weird asks or wants, like they want grass-fed meat from a this, that, or a certain brand of?
Yeah, a lot of the guys would get like all this organic and fancy stuff.
Who's the biggest fat ass in the house?
Okay, so
that's the real question. Who's the biggest
Suman, after his fight,
just fucking batshit crazy.
He had his own, like, we each had like a cabinet where all our stuff we ordered the night before would like be deposited, and he was just like, he was like the candy man. He had like, he wanted to try like all the American different treats and whatever, so yeah, he had so much goodies in there. It was unbelievable.
That's fucking funny. Who was
and then the last day they made these things like slutty brownies. They were like, it was like cookie dough, it was like brownie and fudge. It was amazing. But at the time, like, I cut all sugar and all wheat out, so I couldn't even eat them. It was miserable.
Now, for like the day to day, so we are in the house. I don't know, before, after, however you want to put it. But what's like the average schedule look like? We wake up. we training 3 times a day? Do you do your own thing? Is there any chance of that, or do you fucking draw or write in your diary? Like, how's that work? Like, what do you do for the, I don't know, 15 hours that you're awake? Like, what do you do during that day?
I thought there would be like all this free time, so I was like, they said you could bring like a Bible or a Quran or something. So I was like, I haven't read the Quran. I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna read it. I read like a chapter. Like, I had no free time, but because like they're doing interviews, and then it takes X amount of time to. They gotta shoot you walking into the gym every morning. Like, there's so much wasted time. It's unbelievable. So and you're always busy, you know. And then you're cooking, and then so. There was really way less free time. I tried to build like a grappling dummy. I wrote, can I have a grappling dummy?
Well, you just used the tree, didn't
drill
you?
with? Well, eventually, because I tried to build it like they just gave me like a punching bag, and then I duct taped my gloves, made like a head out of it and some arms. Yeah. I was trying to draw, and it was like trash. I ended up, I would do like I'd go out in the mornings, I would drill on the tree, and then. Just like shadow box around and stuff, and there were so many distractions, like guys at their pool tables, there was like guys who play chess and whatever, so like normally I'm just drilling and whatever. It was bad for me, because like you sit in the hot tub and talk, you know, these guys are cool, they're from all different countries, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there'd be not that much. I didn't think about the production. Like, no, I don't think anybody really thinks about like all the production that goes into it.
You don't think about all, like, they're like, okay, sit in the van for X amount of time, go get a haircut.
I was wondering, like, so do you know that the camera guy is going to be there from 8 o'clock at 8 in the morning, or because there's like if you wake up at 4 in the morning and go make a sandwich, there's not going to be a guy there with the camera. Or is there?
They keep tracking. You gotta wear like a necklace with like with a mic on it all the time. And if you forget, they come out and like, hey, put your mic on.
But even if you get up at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, if you wake up like they wake up, there's the whole place is bugged, and there's no doors, no privacy. Wow. So there's someone back there like watching you on their monitors, and as soon as you wake up, they're on you. Dude, like every second of your day, which I kind of miss. I'm like, where's my guy? It made me feel important, like have a guy every time I do something, the guy comes following me with the camera. I'm like, yeah.
They're not using like the little security camera. Like if you wake up at 4 in the morning, another guy is gonna wake up at 4 in the morning with a camera.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll see you on the security camera, and they'll come out and like they'll follow you around. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's
they'll be
intense.
like, put your mic on if you take it off.
But I'm gonna take a shit. No matter. Put your mic on right fucking now. That's crazy.
It was interesting.
So you do the whole tough experience. You got your 2 fights. First fight didn't go that well. Obviously, I got clipped, choked. Boom. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
Good close fight. Good close fight in the second match, right? It was entertaining. People liked it, right?
You fought the 2 finalists.
You ended up playing 2 finalists, which is crazy.
Yeah, I just kept walking to that jab. I think he beat me on but dang, I almost got that inverted triangle. I don't know if people saw that, but shoot, if I would have had a couple more seconds.
With the way everything's kind of played out as far as the show goes, let's backtrack before the show goes in, or before you get the tryouts are announced. Do you do it again? Like if you have the chance to go ahead and try it again, do you go for it again, or did you not like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I actually thought to myself, they're doing that the heavyweight episode, and I was like, man, I should go try out for that. That'd be hilarious. Because it doesn't go on a record, so it's just fun, right? Like, I would love to get on, and then I thought, hey, maybe I can get in there because I was on there before. It'd be kind of crazy, right? But I was shearing. I was working at the time, so it was hard to I would have had to cancel farms to try to do the tryouts. But it would have been incredible if I could have got on the heavyweight.
Not the 80 pounds I was holding him back. It was the shearing.
Yeah, right. Not yet.
He's like, I don't need 80 pounds.
Can you imagine? That would have been hilarious. Yeah. If nothing else, I would have just.
But overall, good experience. Yeah. Would you say you took away because a lot of times you had the benefit, or maybe not the benefit, but you had your coaches from Strong Style there on the show. Would you say you learned a lot from the show, or you had an opportunity to be exposed to new techniques? Did you take away anything from the show at all as far as your overall performance goes?
Yeah, I didn't actually have my coaches because my coach didn't want to do it, you know. So what Stipe ended up doing, he got like a bunch of like coaches from Factory X in Colorado, Mark Montoya, and so it was interesting. I was a little like I was kind of like, oh, it's going to be an advantage to have my coaching staff if Stipe brings Marcus and them, but it's kind of like cool and interesting to like train with some other people. So it was kind of cool because I did get to train with other people.
Did you get any?
Stipe was the only one I knew.
Really?
He never coaches. You know, he's just at the gym. He doesn't coach us. So anything he had to input was everything was new.
And if he did coach, I'm sure it was very difficult to. That's like fucking. I love Steve, but the hardest person to understand ever. So, did you take anything away from the show as far as techniques? Did you add any new tools in the toolbox?
Joe Warren came in and showed us so much cool stuff.
Joe Warren's a beast.
Yeah, he was crazy too. Like he'd just take it on and start biting him. It was insane.
Crazy.
He's hilarious though.
Crazy. Okay, man, that's I mean like tough. That's a crazy experience, and it's awesome you got that. Now we get to we're done with tough. You get all the way through it. After the show is done, how hard was it to keep, secrets and not tell people about it, like your friends, your family? Because I'm sure you read you sign what's the word I'm looking for?
NDA.
An NDA, non-disclosure agreement. How hard is it to keep that information? Because I'm sure you had friends, family, training partners bugging you every day. Did you win? Did you make it on the show? This or that. They're constantly asking you throughout the season. And then you have two surprises, right? You've got the one that obviously, broke the sad news. You lost the first fight. But then you have, the secondary fight that I'm sure nobody saw coming. Like, how do you hold all that back? Like, was it hard for you? Or?
Yeah, it wasn't hard for me at all because, I hate talking. So it's like, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping a secret because I'm really good at not talking to people.
He's on a fucking talk show right now.
Right. I hate people. If it was up to me, I'd just be, in my little corner, just training with my grappling dummy. But I know, it's going to help me because being antisocial is not good. So... but yeah, so I was really good at that. Was the easy part for me.
Wow.
It kind of stunk because the guys are working or something, and they're telling everyone, "Hey, he's on TV," and then I get choked out. It's hilarious. And then one of the servers was like, "Hey, you should do that WWE stuff."
Fuck, that's pretty fun. I mean, I'm not even I met you the one time on the street or on the Submania, and I immediately I'm like, oh, John Gunther's gonna be in there. I have an emotional connection because I fucking called his match. I'm gonna go watch. I was pumped. I couldn't imagine going there with your buddies and having all of them just because I was like, yeah, John Gunther's gonna fucking win this cool jiu-jitsu guy, and then fucking that happens. But
I didn't tell him anything. I get choked, and they're like.
That's fucking intense.
So did you happen to watch all the episodes or?
Yeah, I watched them all. It was cool.
So what's wondering is I barely know you, but for what I know, you seem very carefree, and you might not care about this, but how do you think you were portrayed on the show? That's kind of a gripe I have with the Ultimate Fighters that because they want ratings, sometimes they show the stupid things that the fighters do.
They cut and edit the way.
Yeah, I don't like how they do that stuff. So how did you feel like you were portrayed? I liked you as a character. Everything. I mean, you were in the first episode, and then they didn't show much, but then later on they showed you a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care, but the thing that struck me is how much they have so much material. They had so much footage on us, and how much you don't really think about how much they have to edit out to make it fit in that short period of time.
Yeah, it's an hour per show, so that is a lot of
and
footage.
They're filming all day. There's so much stuff that didn't make it in there that you're kind of it's kind of amazing. And then you're kind of thinking, hey, someone should find The Ultimate Fighter is probably not a real popular show, but find a reality show that's really popular and buy that footage somehow and recut it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd be a successful business plan.
If they had a DVD or a Blu-ray
you already
set
have all the fans
behind the scenes,
and you can make you can make 6 shows with the amount of footage they had.
The John Gunther show, just fucking.
You could it's crazy. it's crazy how much stuff they have to throw away.
What's one thing you wish they would have put in the show as far as like anything that you encountered, whether it was a specific argument between the team members or maybe like something that was like positive or like a training experience? Was there anything that you wish that you would have seen on the show?
There was the one night Cormier, all his coaches and whatever came over, and we were like racing Bob Ross, he had his little scooter or whatever, and us and all the coaches were like racing each other around the table and that thing. Like someone was pushing and like, he was steering, it was like tipping. Dude, it was pretty hilarious.
I could not imagine.
I wish that would have been on there.
DC on a scooter. Can you fucking DC or even fucking?
Who's this little coach? He was hilarious.
God,
the
Marquez.
Little guy.
Marquez.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He pushed Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, we were all like getting on that thing, and then someone would push as fast as they could, and we were like tipping it over and just tearing it on the table. We had a timer going. It was pretty funny.
So now we've got the you get through the show. We've got our 6 fights that you have, and then you got your experience in the show, and then you make it to the UFC is the big show. It's the biggest show. I mean, like, there's obviously Bellator and whatnot, but UFC is where it's at. How would you compare coming from the small 6 shows? And you didn't really get to the B level. You went from, the C leagues straight to the A league. How was the experience as far as like production, the backstage stuff, your overall experience going from the small Ohio strictly shows to the big time? How was that for you?
It was cool. I thought it would be like way more intimidating than it was. But yeah, it wasn't. I thought it would be like, freaking out, but it wasn't bad at all.
Same.
It probably helped, like, my Cody Stevens, my teammate, he fought for 1FC, and that was a pretty big progression.
That is a pretty big show.
Yeah, I got to hang out in the back there and stuff. So
you went over to corner him at 1FC?
I didn't corner him, but I was out there for his fight with Shinya.
That's pretty cool. Oh, hello.
Hey.
Mike, can you help the little one get back upstairs? Sorry, guys. That's the daughter coming in. Anyway, but that's great. So you didn't see that much of a difference as far as like the lower level shows compared to the UFC?
Oh, there's a huge difference. Yeah, it's like they're super on top of things. Super
really
professional. Yeah, it was really nice. Like you knew exactly when you're gonna go, and everything was like you weigh in. They have like healthy food and stuff. Like I've been to weigh-ins before where they provide food, but it's like pizza or something.
Just right beforehand.
Yeah,
that's pretty
cool. It was pretty cool. And like the nicest thing for me was that scale that they have
calibrated
is gonna be the same weight as the commission weighs you in on. It's so nice to know because before I'd always like be super paranoid. I'd come in a couple pounds under just to make sure because scales can be like a pound or two different. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've fought. Did terribly when I did fight, but like cornering people in like B-level shows, like I've cornered for World Series of Fighting, and you go there and there's like a schedule, just like you said. There's like healthy food right after. Everything's timely. The check-in scale is on point. It is nice to have that as opposed to showing up and like using a bathroom scale.
Yeah,
like, that's fucking shit.
And you're like, what's it gonna be? Who knows?
That's great. So now you had your fight. You got your first win, the first official win in the UFC. Do you have something lined up?
As far as I know, nothing yet. But fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, huh?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself? Are you going to stay at 55? You looking to move up? You going to move down at all?
Yeah, I'd like to. 55 is a good weight for me. I need to get my eating under control a little better, but yeah, that's where I should be. That's where I feel best.
That's cool. Oh man, I think we got a good amount here, man. We've been here for quite a bit. I think we got an hour in. I think you got anything else you want to throw in there? Anything you want to tell the people? We've got a good background right there.
If you can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Blind or John the Machine Gunther on Facebook.
Let's pull up your what about it? It's at Follow Me Blind.
Follow me on Blind.
Why not at John Gunther?
I don't know. My friend was just like, I'll set up an Instagram for you, and he's like, what should I call it? And I was just like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
the blind leading the blind.
Follow me, I'm blind.
I thought it'd be funny.
Fantastic.
But it's
And on Twitter,
it's catchy. I like it.
yeah.
It's definitely unique. On Twitter, what do we got?
It's John Gunther MMA.
Where are you at mostly? Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or?
Instagram probably.
All right, there you go, people. Follow me, I'm blind. I mean, thanks, man. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah,
I feel like we got like a lot of cool insight as far as like your background, the van living situation, the house, like all the information as far as that goes. I'm pumped to see you come back and fucking fight in the cage again. Definitely in character. Mike, what do you got?
I think just the story in general, coming from the weird judo background to, I mean, anybody that just saw The Ultimate Fighter, or just looked over your fights in general and just think, oh, he's just a wrestler.
Yeah.
He just learned jiu-jitsu. Yeah, like that. I mean, that's what
that.
but like you have a very, unique backstory, and it's interesting. So I'm glad I got to hear it here.
Definitely. And also, my wife sent me a message while we were recording. She said, "Tell John I feel bad for him in his van, and if he needs something, I got him." I think his van is set up fucking perfectly.
It's so sweet.
I'm
like,
jealous of him.
Don't feel bad for me. Like, this is life, man.
All right, guys. Thanks again, John. For Mike, this is Ruben on Street Grappler 2, guys. And we are out. We're out.